Okay, everyone, that was Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks. And wow, this was. Talk about sequel turnaround. I mean, this one just seems mountains better than the first one. I mean, yeah, it had cons, and I'm probably going to cover those first just for sake of ending this on a good note, because I'm like that. The first thing, really, that I think bugged me was suddenly the girls had a band for the convenience of the plot. I mean, I guess that's why they gave us all the promo shorts leading up to it, and I'm glad they did that because it kind of eased you into things and introduced a lot ahead of time. There were also still some scenes, the first movie had this problem where you present a problem and then, like, it's solved just like that, and really the only instance I can think of that happening right now is when the main six get trapped underneath the stage and the sirens start feeding off their negative energy, and then Sunset Shimmer is like, no, stop it, this is what they wanted, you have to stop it, and then it's just kind of like, oh, you're right, okay. And just from there on out, I mean, according to her, this kind of stuff had been happening since they started the band, and Rainbow was just suddenly like, oh, Fluttershy, let's do your song, and Applejack was just suddenly like, oh, Rarity, let's dress up for this, what you got? And when I came into this movie, I had heard that, you know, it was marginally better than the first one, and it was. So, you know, when you come into that with certain expectations, I kind of, it didn't surprise me that they had some of the same writing problems that they did the first one. So that doesn't surprise you as much, but then the good stuff that you don't expect does surprise you. What else did was kind of a con of the... I really wanted to see Discord or Cheese Sandwich in this movie. Come on. They become two of my absolute favorite characters, and there were opportunities to have them in here, guys. Come on. I mean, I guess with Discord you could argue, you know, well, he's a Draconiquist. How in the heck do you convey that to the human world? Well, I mean, we've seen that dragons are apparently dogs, and ponies are apparently humans, but we've got these sirens, and they're like sea pony kind of things, and they're still humans. They're kind of dragon-esque, as is Discord. I mean, I just had this image in the first movie where, like, during the part where they're cleaning up the gym, where Twilight goes into the janitor closet to get the brooms, and Discord's just, like, sitting in there, like, as the wacky, weird janitor, just sitting on, like, a bucket and reading a magazine or something. Or he could be, like, the wacky history professor. I mean, we've seen that Discord kind of has that personality, that spirit is like that weird professor you liked, and he was kind of one to level with the kids and everything. And Cheese Sandwich, oh come, I'm a little perturbed they didn't include him. Come on. I mean, Weird Al is like the king of polka. How awesome would it have been if, like, during the competition montage, Cheese Sandwich was there with, like, his fedora and, like, his kind of Native American cape that he's wearing when he goes, like, all Clint Eastwood and everything, and he's there, like, playing the accordion, like, all serious business. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't go with that. That would have been fantastic. Like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's talk about the pros then. Fantastic songs. I think my favorite song, though, definitely was the one, like, as they were showing the montage during the tournament. Under Our Spell, I guess it's called. Yeah, that was just done really well. A lot of the villain songs were. And then, I really like what they did with Sunset Shimmer in this story. Her arc was beautifully done. I mean, they the writers pulled a couple of good ones on us this time, because the way they set it up throughout it, you kind of think she's going back to not being very nice. Like, the whole thing where they, like, make some mention of her at the end of the movie, like, oh, well, the last time Canterlot High was invaded upon by some crazy monster. Oh, no offense, Sunset Shimmer. And then she's just kind of like, none taken. And, like, that happened, like, multiple times. And you could tell she got, like, a little angrier or frustrated with it each time. And you just expect that, like, the fourth or fifth time she's just gonna be like, she's just gonna snap at everybody. But no, like, the third time she said it, and then she smiled and she was like, I'm used to it. And it was like, that was really nice. That was like, I'm glad they didn't go down the predictable path with that one. Same with, like, you know, they had, like, the scene where the Dazzlings were, like, trying to tempt her into thinking that her friends weren't caring about her and all this, and I'm thinking, oh man, okay, is she going to turn all dark again? And then, of course, at the end, she's saved by the magic of friendship or whatnot. But no, I mean, you could tell she was struggling with that. But then, at the end, she actually had a part in defeating it. And the first line of the song at that part was her looking at the Dazzlings and saying, "You're never gonna bring me down." It was like, nice. I'm really pleased with what they did, and they even ended it with her gaining her own ears and ponytail, which is literally what it is, or what it's supposed to be. And I'm really happy with that. That was a really good arc for her. And I didn't notice until I went back and watched it again. Octavia spoke! Oh my gosh! I think with the one line, like, after Sunset Shimmer tackled Rainbow Dash to keep her from showing the magic, you heard Octavia say, you know, like, I knew she was still trouble, and it sounded like Kathleen Barr, the voice of Trixie, which, honestly, I did not expect from Octavia. At least, with all the fan animation and stuff I've seen of her, she has a definite voice that kind of is my headcanon, kind of that delicate, beautiful British, almost like Rarity, but British. Anyway, the new villains. The characters themselves kind of shallow. Right from the get-go, Sonata, the blue one, people are, like, already big fans, and I don't know, you always have that one in the group that's like the ditzy one, or the walked all over one, while the others are the toughies. It's just a trope I've seen before too many times where, I mean, she's cute and all. What I really like, though, was the creatures that they were. I mean, we have some new creatures. It's awesome. I looked it up, and yeah, the Greek mythology creatures, that's going to provide some really cool new material. I think I even have an idea of including sirens some way or another into one of my own stories I'm writing. And that climax, oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't think it's for little girls. I know that a lot of people, including me, when they saw the climax of the first movie, they were like, this is a little girl's thing. And this climax was about that level, if not more. I mean, that was creepy, man. Where, like, the human forms and the hippocampus forms became, like, separate beings. I'm not for that kind of thing, but it was really well done. Creeped me out, tell you what. I really liked how they handled the climax. It was like the show Sing Off, where, you know, when they're down to eliminating a team, they have them rehearse a song, and then they're, like, literally facing each other on stage and singing it back and forth. It was like one of those, but with, like, lasers and rainbows and mythical creatures. That was awesome. And, okay, what was that alicorn thing in the clouds. My only guess is that that was like some kind of like mecha form of like combining all of them into like it was like when the Power Rangers joined all together and they made like some kind of mecha robot. In this case, they became like a super cloud mega alicorn. I'm okay with that. That greatly appealed to the 5-year-old in me that was never interested in unicorns or pink or rainbows or sparklies or like that. I had some Lisa Frank, but that's it. And the only other thing is that I can think of is that ending with Twilight, like, making the billboards like, something is up at that school. And does that just indicate that that Twilight is, like, in the same position that Pony Twilight was at the beginning of the show, just kind of a recluse with her dragon/dog? I don't know, but I've held you guys way too long already now. This is probably going to take forever to upload. But, I cannot wait until Season 5. I don't know when exactly it's going to start. I don't know if we've gotten a release date yet. I am ready for it. I have seen, like, the animatic they have for, like, the first episode. Like, part of the first episode, and I don't know what to think of it. I just know it's gonna be awesome. So, with that, I have talked way too much already, and I will see you guys then, if not for another fan animation. Goodbye, everyone!